All right, folks, now we're going to create two properties actually. First will be a new property on the company object. We're going to call this Adelvia Industry to separate it from the existing industry in HubSpot, which I'll show you in a second. So drop down, select with these values. So once again, we're going to copy these and we're going to proceed to HubSpot to our object. In this case, again, under settings, it's the company properties we want under companies here. We can see by searching an industry, there are already two industry properties here, one of which is already a drop-down select and already has values in it from HubSpot. We can't change it. We can archive it, but we can't give it the same name, essentially. So create a new property, give it a different name, call it Adelvia Industry, and I think it's much cleaner. So let's do that. And once again, if you have a group, you can pick it there. Information now is fine. Field type will be drop down select. And as we saw earlier, we can paste our options here with paste your own. Go ahead and do that. Load options. Alphabetical probably is best for the users. And go ahead and create it, and we're done. So we've created that on the company object. Now, part two of this is we also want the data on Adelvia Industry to be pushed into the associated contacts that work at these companies and work, again, as a primary association. So we can do that with a sync property that is accessible. This time is on the contact object, right? We are syncing it from the company to the contact object. So we will go ahead and create a property on our contacts object. We can give it the same name if desired, as it lives in the contact object. That should be fine. Now the field type is going to be a property sync. That's the difference here. We are pulling it from the associated record type being the company. It is the, first of all, it's the property of the Adelvia Industry we just created. And then here's where we choose the association label. So this is an important one, why I'm hemming and hawing. The all labels means regardless of the association label, every single contact that is associated to that company will have the Adelvia Industry copied from that company. That's not what we want. We want the association labels to be primary, right? If you create other labels that describe how contacts are related to the company, those could be added here. But in general, when it's an employee, and that's exactly what we want here, an employee is a primary association label. Primary is the default. Primary is what happens if you don't specify a different label, and that is what we want. So we'll go ahead and create that sync property, and then automatically, and 100% of the time, this Adelvia Industry property on the contact object will match exactly what the company Adelvia Industry property is if it's a primary association. And importantly, it will not be editable on the contact object. It will be on the company object, and that change will reflect, as we'd imagine, on the contact that is associated. All right, let me know if you have any questions about that. We'll go ahead and create it.